Right now on Apple Valley News Now at 6, we are tracking wildfires across the West, impacting air quality and forcing evacuations.
And tonight we're talking about what to do before you get that knock on the door.
And with the haze still lingering, we're talking air quality and temps set to rise again. Meteorologist Tiffany Savona in for Stacy. She'll have your forecast.
And new concerns in the Mapton city government. A recent council meeting held outside after council members say the mayor told staff not to let them into City Hall. How we got to this strange situation coming up in an exclusive report.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 6 on your side.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Alyssa Warner.
And I'm Austin Reed. Well, today, Commissioner of Public Lands Hillary Franz toured the site of the Black Canyon fire. That is burning just outside of Natchez.
Yeah, it's burned nearly 10,000 acres so far. Containment level not known. There are level 3 evacuation orders in effect, and Commissioner Franz says she's already asked Governor Inslee to authorize the National Guard to assist with fighting these fires by getting air support as soon as possible. While fires have burned more than 80,000 acres in Washington so far this year, Commissioner Franz says the process to combat them is working.
Where we are also getting stretched is not only the number of fires that we're having, but right now, Oregon, to be frank, is in dire straits. I would say we are still very well blessed in the fact that we have more resources than we've ever had before.
Now, fires in Oregon have burned more than 800,000 acres so far this year. Franz praised the firefighters and first responders who are working to get Washington's fires contained. Also in Yakima County, FEMA has authorized federal funds to fight the Rimrock Retreat fire. A federal fire management assistant grant was approved today. The FEMA administrator determined that the fire is threatening to cause so much destruction it would constitute a major disaster. This fire has now burned more than 18,000 acres in Yakima County. The fire is about 14 miles southwest of Natchez and has caused widespread evacuation notices in the area. And in Oregon, evacuations for the Powerline Road fire, which is also referred to as the Walla Walla River Road fire, have now been downgraded to level 1 be ready. That change announced just a few minutes ago. At last check, the fire is burning about 1,500 acres and containment here as well, not known. It started around 2 p.m. yesterday, about 10 miles southeast of Walla Walla in Umatilla County. Again, all evacuation warnings in relation to this fire have now been taken to level 1 be ready.
With the fires happening in and around our area today, we spoke with the Deputy Director of the Oregon Department of Emergency Management about how to get prepared for the worst. She tells us that when dealing with a level 3 go now evacuation in your area, don't hesitate, just go. If you wait around, you're not only putting your own life at risk, you're also adding to the dangers that first responders face. She tells us that during fire season, keep your neighbors in mind.
Go next door. Hey, did you hear we're on a level 3? Hey, do you need help because we're on a level 3? Do you understand where the impacts are? Do you need a ride, right? Because there are more people, there are more individuals in these communities than there are first responders.
Some basic steps to start your emergency plans include have a communication plan, knowing what you want to take with you, knowing where to go and for how long. If you're ordered to evacuate, you should not return home until the evacuation has been lifted to let firefighters do their job and to avoid putting lives at risk.
And while we've been talking about fires a lot, that risk really doesn't go away. We're still in very dry conditions right now.
Meteorologist Tiffany Savona joining us now. She's in for Stacy with a first look at the forecast. Hi there, Tiffany.
And it looks like the air quality alerts will continue until further notice for much of the region, as the air quality is going to look like this in Yakima through the weekend. As the smoke and the haze continues, it's hard to see out of the camera here, and the air quality continues to deteriorate, at least in the Yakima area. We're now in code red, which means that the air quality is unhealthy for everyone. So it's best to just stay indoors this evening and tonight, and hopefully we'll see some better, slightly better conditions tomorrow, although I think that smoke and haze will linger. Air quality alerts in effect for the Yakima Valley, into portions of the Tri-Cities, and over into the foothills of the Blues, like I mentioned, until further notice. Temperatures are on the warm side, but we're actually below average for this time of year, so we got that going for us. 86 in Tri-Cities, 82 in Yakima, 81 in Walla Walla, and 83 degrees in Pendleton. The Dust Devils back in action as they take on the Everett Aqua Sox this evening. It will be a little bit hazy in the Tri-Cities area, but the haze and the smoke, nothing compared to what it looks like in the Yakima Valley at this time. So better conditions for baseball in Pasco. 86 at 7, 82 at 8, and we drop into the 70s after sunset. We'll have that weather forecast for the Tri-Cities Follies forecast. That's all coming up in a little bit along with your 7-day. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Tiffany. And tonight we have new updates in the situation in Mabton. Its own residents have called it out of control. We broke the news last month about a city employee arrested on suspicion of first-degree theft after she was accused of stealing $22,000 from the city in a fake robbery scheme. A prosecutor declined to file charges against that employee pending further investigation, but her boyfriend's brother has been arrested and charged with second-degree robbery and first-degree theft. At a heated city council meeting, the mayor refused to step down amid accusations from council that she has failed in her job duties, including having the city operating illegally without a budget for all of this year. Also refusing to answer questions from Apple Valley News Now's Emily Goodell. Every council member, except for the mayor's mother, signed a petition to recall the mayor, a process that is now moving through Yakima County Superior Court. But there is more. The council called for a special meeting to discuss new accusations against the mayor inside council chambers last night.
Yeah, Apple Valley News Now's Emily Goodell tells us the council had residents had to make do with folding chairs on the lawn outside the building, and council members say the mayor told city staff not to let him in.
The meeting called to discuss hiring a new city lawyer after the council fired the last one earlier this week.
Because the mayor denies the council access to speak to that attorney, and he will not speak to the council members.
The council hoping to ask the mayor about a pay increase for her position that was not included in last year's budget. Council members say the mayor's stipend was $700 a month up until May of last year, when she started getting an extra $1,000 a month, a raise the previous council retroactively approved at the end of the year.
So they did it. Their last meeting in December, and the budget was never amended for 2023 to account for this, make it legal.
But the mayor wasn't there to answer questions at the meeting. The council had posted notices on the door of the post office and city hall, letting the public know about the meeting.
The mayor's mother, Councilmember Castaneda, tore him down.
Council members say the mayor then refused to allow city staff to open up council chambers.
The hardest part is the mayor is the boss of all the employees, so she's always threatened. I always says, I fire, I hire. So we feel sometimes the employees are afraid to do anything that she doesn't allow them to.
Council members say that's why recall is the only path forward.
We had that court hearing on Wednesday, and the judge allowed for a 7-day extension.
To allow the mayor time to hire an attorney. But even then, the council concerned with the mayor reportedly bringing 2 city employees with her to the recall hearing.
One of them should be taking care of finishing our budget, work for the city, and says she took them up to the courthouse with her, taking away from the work here at the office.
The city still without a budget, the council and residents still without answers. In Mabton, Emily Goodell, Apple Valley News Now.
And keep it here. Emily will keep us up to date on the latest on the recall vote. We will fill you in as we learn that outcome. Melissa.
Well, as Tiffany was mentioning, Tri-City Water Follies kicked off today. People got to enjoy the free admission. The boats couldn't practice today because of low water levels on the Columbia, but overall, it's not expected to affect the races too much. This is a 3-day event, and it is much more than just hydroplane races on the Columbia River. We spoke with a father and son who say they've been coming down to this event for years. They tell us the races are just part of the reason this has become a family tradition.
I like to come back because I like the racing, but I also like to spend time with my family and my friends, and that's all it is a bunch of family and friends all in one place.
That's the whole reason we do it, just get our family together and have a good time, and it's the bonus for racing.
Now, the dad told us he's been coming down to the water follies since 1979. He said his son made his first appearance to the event. He was just 1 month old in the year 2000.
Well, we were hearing from the pilots last night that they can't fly if it's too hazy.
Yeah, meteorologist Tiffany Savona returns next with a look ahead to your water follies weekend forecast.
Plus, we are breaking down a new study showing the impact that the internet may be having on developing minds. That's next on Apple Valley News Now at 6.
Welcome to Walker's Furniture's 44th anniversary sale, where we are celebrating by offering savings up to 44% off.
And get special financing for up to 5 years.
This week at Walker's.
From Apple Valley News Now, this is Apple Valley Eats.
All right, so my job here is the food and beverage executive chef. I've been here 10 years. Started off here as an entry-level cook. I was given the opportunity to step into the executive chef role, which is the position that I'm in. I've been in that position for about 6 years now, almost. What I do here, I handle not so much the day-to-day operations, but everything that goes into the menu planning, the SOPs for all of the cooks, recipes, ensuring all the recipes are all the same, the consistency, the vision of the food and beverage department as far as the aesthetics, what is it gonna look like, what does the food preparation look like. We have everything from catering, fast food, employee meals, which is a cafeteria style setting, and then obviously our bread and butter, what we do, a buffet here at Legends. What we like to do here is try to keep our team members happy, try to be versatile with them, try to be flexible, whatever needs that they may have. We try to accommodate. We do have childcare here on property, so if somebody needs to drop their kids off at childcare, that option's always there. You could come into our department with no experience at all, but we're gonna show you how to hold a knife, we're gonna show you how to cut vegetables, we're gonna show you how to cut meat, we're gonna show you how to use all the equipment. Is the comfort of knowing that I'm gonna have my consistent 40 hours a week. And that goes from everywhere from a dishwasher all the way up to my position. It's another benefit of working here at Legends. I like to think of it more as a career rather than a job.
Communist China poses an economic and national security threat to America.
And Dan Newhouse is the leader in Congress fighting for our security.
Dan stood up to Communist China and wrote the bill to stop them from buying up American farms and ranches.
And Dan's working to secure the border and stop the flow of deadly Chinese fentanyl through Mexico and into our communities.
Where Joe Biden fails us, Dan Newhouse fights for us.
I'm Dan Newhouse, and I approve this message to stand up to Communist China and to secure our border.
Board-certified psychiatric nurse practitioner Stephen Stokes provides mental health care for patients 13 and older at Prosser Memorial Health's Benton City Clinic. His services include the assessment and treatment for mental health issues and psychiatric medication management. Your mental health is vital to your overall well-being. To schedule an appointment with Stephen Stokes, call the Benton City Clinic at 509-588-4075. This is how we care.
I'm Jared Sessler, a Navy veteran, job creator, candidate for Congress, and I approve this message. It was a great honor to receive President Trump's endorsement, and unlike my opponent Dan Newhouse, who joined Democrats to impeach President Trump, I'll be a strong ally for the MAGA agenda. But an even greater honor would be to earn your support. I took an oath to this country when I began my military service, and I kept it. And I'm asking for your vote so I can take that oath once more and serve in Congress as the conservative we deserve.
Smoke City for Less. We are open 7 days a week with now 5 locations.
Making a difference. The city of Walla Walla is looking for community members to get involved and volunteer in city committees. These commissions and advisory boards are how the city council gets the community's input and perspective on specific projects. The Walla Walla city clerk tells Apple Valley News Now any team is better when there's lots of different perspectives and there's a lot to choose from.
There's a wide variety of committees, so something that the person's passionate about, hopefully something they've got some sort of involvement or we always love if somebody has expertise in something.
So these are the openings where the city is looking for applicants right now. The Arts Commission has one opening for an artist representative. There are 2 positions open on the newly created Lodging Tax Advisory Committee. One represents and is one represents and is responsible for organizing and collecting the tax, and one representing an organization eligible to be funded by the tax. One spot is open on the Transportation Benefit District Improvement Committee. This person must live in Walla Walla. The Water and Wastewater Advisory Committee has 2 openings. Now you can find the application forms for all the positions on our website, applevalley.newsnow.com.
Well, we know that today's children and teenagers have never known a world without the internet and social media. And it turns out that isn't just impacting the way they talk, it may actually be changing the structure of their brains. Brian Abel explains.
Teens diagnosed with internet addiction often struggle with muddled attention spans. A new study in the journal PLOS Mental Health could explain why. Neuroimaging uncovered disrupted signals between brain regions that are important for controlling attention and working memory. The findings are similar to the ABCD study by Professor of Psychology Dr. Chandra Sripada and others, who says understanding the internet's impact on our brains is an important first step towards battling potential addiction.
If you know what the markers of vulnerability are, you can prevent an individual by intervening in the interim. You can prevent an individual from developing the full-blown addiction syndrome.
In Washington, the Senate waging its own battle, taking steps this week towards passing 2 bipartisan bills aimed at protecting kids online.
Predators can exploit or target kids. And for kids who struggle with mental health, social media can magnify their anguish.
One bill focuses on improving privacy. The second requires social media companies to provide better protections for minors. That includes giving guardians more control and limiting certain features like autoplay.
The technology companies have brainiacs that they've hired. That's all on one side. And on the other side, you've got a teenager. And the competition is not fair.
In Washington, I'm Brian Abel reporting.
Back here at home, Apple Valley News Now's Restaurant Showdown started over 2 weeks ago with 64 restaurants trying to become the area's best as chosen by you, our viewers. After 2 rounds and thousands of votes, there are now 16 restaurants left. Round 3 ends this Sunday night at 8 o'clock. So scan the QR code on your screen or vote using your mobile or click on contests at applevalleyNewsNow.com and select Restaurant Showdown on your laptop or desktop. After voting, be sure to enter to win a $25 gift card from STCU. All the details, just go to our website, applevalleyNewsNow.com.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Tiffany Savona.
Good evening and happy Friday, everyone. It's a pretty smoky and hazy Friday evening, especially in Yakima at this hour. This camera shot has looked the same for the past couple of hours. And this means we have poor air quality in the city of Yakima. And you can clearly see the smoke coming off the fires in Yakima County. And that smoke spreading into Hanford, also into Othello. And I think the haze may increase a little bit over the next few hours in Tri-Cities as we start to get some of this smoke moving in from the Yakima Valley. We also have some smoke across northeast Oregon as well. Here are the active wildfires. So the smoke moving into Yakima, a result from the Black Canyon wildfire and the Retreat Rimrock wildfire in Yakima County. We also have a couple of wildfires still burning in northeast Oregon. So that's where the fire is moving across portions of Murrow and also Umatilla counties. The air quality at a moderate range for everyone, the exception in Yakima and also down into Toppenish. That is where we are in code red. That means it's unhealthy air quality for everyone. So that means that everyone should be staying inside. If you have to go outside, it's probably a good idea to bring a mask with you. Air quality alert in effect for the Yakima Valley, back into the Tri-Cities and even into the foothills of the Blues until further notice. So if you start to develop a runny nose, if your throat starts hurting and your eyes start burning, or if your asthma starts to kick in, well, that means that the smoke is impacting your body. So you need to get inside as soon as possible. possible. Keep those young kids inside as well. I know they want to be outside, especially during the summertime. Keep your windows and your doors closed. Avoid strenuous activity. If you're a morning workout person, you may just want to keep that workout indoors, and use high efficiency particulate air filters if you can go out and get them. Now, temperatures have been kept down where the smoke is a little bit thicker. It's 82 in Yakima, 84 in Toppenish. We're sitting at 86 in Tri-Cities, 84 in Hermiston, 81 in Walla Walla. But hey, we're not complaining about these 80s. Our average is in the middle 90s. So 80 is not bad. Unfortunately, we're back in the 90s starting tomorrow. Winds are fairly light, which is good because the fire isn't necessarily spreading, but as far as the smoke and the haze go, the wind isn't going to disperse it or mix it out. So that haze and the smoke will continue to stay with us overnight. And you can see that on our Futurecast smoke computer model. It just hangs in the air through tomorrow morning and even into tomorrow afternoon. So especially into Yakima, the haze is probably going to be pretty thick tomorrow once again, just like it is this evening. Temperatures tonight will be dropping into the low to middle 50s, so a cool start tomorrow morning. Keep that in mind if you're going to the Tri-Cities. Water Follies, this is going to be tomorrow and Sunday. Both days are going to be very similar as far as weather goes. 60s and 70s in the morning, and then we're back in the 80s in the afternoon. Lower 90s for highs, so you need the sunscreen, the sunglasses. You need to stay hydrated, and I wouldn't let the chance of smoke or haze keep you from going. Just bring that mask in case you are extra sensitive. Tomorrow afternoon, 89 in Walla Walla, 88 in Pendleton, 88 Toppenish, and same for Yakima. So lower 90s, Saturday, Sunday. The wind picks up Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, so the fire danger will be going up, and we may see a shower or storm Monday night into Tuesday with our next system, but then look, those triple digits, they make a comeback by the end of next week. Yakima, 88 tomorrow, 89 on Sunday, and then we have middle 80s before we heat back up. 89 Saturday and Sunday, rather, in Walla Walla, the wind picking up, and Hermiston, a pair of 91s, 90 degrees Monday, and we bring it down a notch as we have those storm chances returning Tuesday. Alyssa, Austin?
All right, Tiffany, thank you for that. Hey, still ahead here on your news at 6, we are talking about a big investment from the federal government in Pacific Northwest fish. We'll be right back.
When it comes to remodeling your bath, there's fact and there's fiction. Fiction, it's too expensive to remodel your bath. Fact, with Bath Fitter's hundreds of design options, you'll get the bath you want to fit your budget. Fiction, bath remodels take forever and tear the house apart. Fact, Bath Fitter installation takes just 1 day to fit your schedule. Get the bath that fits you. Bath Fitter, it just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
I have worked with Senator Curtis King for the past 2 years, and I know how much he cares about the constituents in his district. He is well respected by both parties. He is results-oriented, and he works very hard for the district.
We got to elect Curtis King. He has a proven record. We're very lucky to have him as a representative in the Senate.
There is no better candidate for the job than Senator Curtis King.
I'm Senator Curtis King, and I'd appreciate your support. Thank you.
Choice Student Checking. Open yours today at any Yakima Federal Savings and Loan.
Adelante. At last, we can finally have someone who understands us in the state Senate. Maria Beltran understands us because Maria is from Yakima. The daughter of immigrant parents, she's lived the challenges in our community. She'll fight for us hardworking people, so there's more work with better pay. Maria Beltran. So finally, the state Senate will have a fighter for Yakima and for us. Maria Beltran, adelante.
It's been a summer of off-road adventures at Legends Casino Hotel, but now we've gone completely off the rails. We're giving away not one, but two winning Gone Wild vehicles in August, including a new Volkswagen Atlas Crossport on the 22nd and a Dodge Ram 1500 Bighorn on the 29th. Just remember to pack your Legends Rewards card to earn entries for a chance to win cash or two new off-road adventure vehicles. Then again, if driving around in a 2024 VW Atlas or Dodge Ram Bighorn isn't your bag, you could always just sit on your front porch petting your dog. Yeah, right.
I learned the value of hard work right here in these fields as my immigrant parents pick crops. I graduated from Yakima Valley College and Gonzaga, worked for Congress and the state legislature. Now I'm running for state senate because we need someone who will fight for Central Washington. We're losing good paying jobs and warehouses are closing. I'm Maria Beltran, and I ask for your vote because our best days are ahead of us.
Paid for by friends Maria Beltran.
Welcome back. The federal government is planning to invest $240 million in salmon and steelhead hatcheries across the Pacific Northwest. That funding starts with $54 million for hatchery maintenance and modernization, which will be available for tribes in Oregon, Washington, Idaho, and Alaska. Hatcheries built in the Columbia River Basin were intended to balance the impact of the dams, which are used for hydropower. Most of them, those hatcheries, have been around since the 1960s and 70s. Still ahead tonight, we are talking politics. A big name endorses Vice President Kamala Harris's presidential campaign, but the debates expected to start early this year, they're now facing an uncertain future. That's coming up in the next 15 minutes.
Hiking with awesome views of the Tri-Cities area. Fly the Northwest Tuesday.
You're all looking for something new.
New?
At US Cellular, new and current customers can get the new Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 6 or Z Fold 6 on us.
I usually just try out a new look, but that sounds lit.
I heard their cameras have new Galaxy AI features.
Have what?
Galaxy AI.
Gonna get one now.
I'm fine.
New and current customers get the new Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 6 or Z Fold 6 on us. US Cellular, built for us.
Board-certified family medicine provider Dr. Michael Adling is now caring for patients of all ages at Prosser Memorial Health's Benton City Clinic. His services include annual physicals and preventative care, well child exams, the treatment of cold and flu, acute illnesses, and more. To schedule an appointment with Dr. Adling, call the Benton City Clinic at 509-588-4075. Or to learn more about his services, visit prosserhealth.org. This is how we care.
Dear unbreakable spirit, when the terrain is gnarly, you steady us. When obstacles are ahead, you lift us. When the turf is hostile, you inspire us. Own a legend. Toyota Trucks.
Right now, you can lease a new 2024 Tacoma for just $389 per month. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
I have worked with Senator Curtis King for the past 2 years, and I know how much he cares about the constituents in his district. He is well respected by both parties. He is results-oriented, and he works very hard for the district.
We got to elect Curtis King. He has a proven record. We're very lucky to have him as a representative in the Senate.
There is no better candidate for the job than Senator Curtis King.
I'm Senator Curtis King, and I'd appreciate your support. Thank you.
Hey, Tri-Cities! It's Eric the Peanut Guy with your Tri-City Dust Devils. We're celebrating Boat Race Weekend by playing as the Columbia River Rooster Tails. On Friday, July 26th, the first 500 fans receive a Rooster Tails beach towel. And it's also Family Feast Night with $2 hot dogs, soft drinks, and more, all thanks to Gisa Credit Union. Saturday, there'll be a post-game fireworks show thanks to Pro-Made Homes. Visit the official ticket site at DustDevilsBaseball.com. Dust Devils Baseball. It will blow you away.
I'm Jared Sessler, a Navy veteran, job creator, candidate for Congress, and I approve this message. It was a great honor to receive President Trump's endorsement, and unlike my opponent Dan Newhouse, who joined Democrats to impeach President Trump, I'll be a strong ally for the MAGA agenda. But an even greater honor would be to earn your support. I took an oath to this country when I began my military service, and I kept it. And I'm asking for your vote so I can take that oath once more and serve in Congress as the conservative we deserve.
tonight.
Susan Powell was a young, beautiful mother. She just one night vanished. Josh, did you kill your wife? I'll never forget the first time that I met him. A chill raced up my spine. I just shook the hand of the killer.
2020 tonight on ABC.
Next, ET, one-on-one with Jenny Garth, remembering her 90210 co-star Shannon Doherty. Plus, we're with the Marvel stars taking over Comic-Con.
It's a team effort.
Next, ET.
Tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
Well, it is Waterfallies weekend, and a lot of people will be getting outdoors. Meteorologist Tiffany Savona has a look at your first alert forecast coming up in just a moment.
Also ahead, we continue to track devastating wildfires burning all up and down the West Coast. We will hear from some of the people who have had to leave their homes in a hurry this week.
Plus, after decades of work, we'll hear how federal agents finally captured a notorious cartel leader and why they're hoping this arrest could put a dent in America's fentanyl crisis. The news at 6:30 starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 6:30 on your side.
Now, smoke from the Park Fire in Northern California is making its way towards Washington, but it's not quite here yet.
While the Durkee Fire in Oregon is the largest in the nation right now, the Park Fire is catching up fast. The fire had burned more than 178,000 acres as of this afternoon. That's more than 250 square miles. Investigators believe someone deliberately started the fire by rolling a burning car into a gully on Wednesday. He is due in court on Monday.
Now, by comparison, the Durkee Fire in Oregon is closing in on 300,000 acres, or about 420 square miles. It's been burning for more than a week. Now, this is the one that has forced closures on I-84 east of Baker City several times in the past few days. So if you do have to travel this weekend, you will want to take a look at Oregon Department of Transportation's Trip Check. That's online to make sure that you know about any closures or detours.
An airplane that went missing while flying in a wildfire in Oregon has been located. The tanker disappeared while fighting one of the many wildfires spreading across several western states. Officials say the pilot on board is dead. A Grant County, Oregon search and rescue team located the aircraft late this morning. The FAA and the National Transportation Safety Board are now investigating the cause of the crash.
And right now, crews in northeastern Washington are working to protect the Keller community from a wildfire that has already burned more than 30,000 acres and is only considered about 10% contained. Fire officials say a lightning strike started the Swawilla fire on the 17th. It is burning mostly on the Colville Indian Reservation, northwest of the Grand Coulee Dam, and many families ordered to evacuate say they're worried they won't find anything left when they return home.
And these are people's, all their belongings, their home. I mean, obviously, life's more important than your residence, but you don't know, what's going to happen. That's all your life's belongings in one place to lose it.
It's a different kind of stress. It's the not knowing what's happening. The fire behind the house, is our home okay? Kind of like a spiritual nature, that connection to where you reside and what you call home, that safety place.
Now, firefighters said this morning they made good progress on the fire overnight Thursday. They are hoping a few days of good weather will make a big difference in getting the flames under control.
And of course, we are seeing smoke and haze even here in the Tri-Cities.
Yeah, meteorologist Tiffany Savona joins us with a check on your first alert forecast.
Good evening to the both of you. Yes, we do have smoke in the Tri-Cities, but it's not nearly as widespread or as thick as it is in the Yakima Valley at this point. This image really doesn't get old, and it's really not changing, so that air quality continues to deteriorate in Yakima. We're down to 82 degrees. Winds are at 0, meaning that the smoke and the haze is not going anywhere. It's just settling in the valley. And we're at code red for the city of Yakima, meaning that the air quality is unhealthy for everyone. So everyone needs to stay inside this evening. And that goes down into Toppenish, just to the north of Toppenish as well. The rest of us in that moderate category where you'll notice the haze and the smoke, but it shouldn't bother you too much. Air quality alert in effect for the Yakima Valley through the Tri-Cities and into the foothills of the Blues until further notice. So the smoke and haze will be an issue going into the weekend. If you have any evening plans, obviously in Yakima, you should be inside. This evening, if you're in Tri-Cities or even in Walla Walla or Hermiston, it'll be a bit hazy, but you should be able to tolerate it. If you can't, Just head inside. 86 at 7, 75 at 9, and then we drop into the middle 60s by 11. We have a big event continuing this weekend. We'll have that Water Follies forecast, and we'll also have a look at your smoke forecast into the weekend coming up in a little bit. Back to you, Alyssa and Austin.
Tiffany, we will see you then. And we cannot forget some of the smoke in our skies right now is coming from Canada. Alberta is still dealing with huge wildfires this summer, with more than 170 burning right now. One of them has devastated the town of Jasper, which is right outside the largest national park in the Canadian Rockies, and is still raging tonight. Canada's Prime Minister has authorized the military to respond to the wildfires in Alberta.
We're also tracking developing news tonight. Investigators say arsonists attacked France's high-speed rail network ahead of the opening ceremonies for the Olympic Games in Paris today. There were no reports of any injuries, but those fires did disrupt travel with ripple effects in multiple countries across Europe. Officials have not said anything so far about who might have carried out those attacks or why. In the U.S., the alleged leader of a powerful Mexican crime group appeared in federal court today. He was arrested in Texas Thursday. Officials are hoping that arrest will have a big impact on the flow of drugs into the U.S.
Yeah, federal agents have been trying to arrest this man for years. ABC's Morgan Norwood has a look at how they finally made it happen.
Two of the most powerful kingpins in Mexico's infamous Sinaloa drug cartel in U.S. custody today, tricked into boarding a plane that ended up bringing them to El Paso, Texas, and into the hands of the feds. Authorities say the drug bosses are behind massive operations pumping fentanyl into the U.S. Ismael Zambada Garcia, known in the drug world as El Mayo, one of the most wanted men on the planet, now in U.S. custody, along with Joaquin Guzman Lopez, the son of the notorious El Chapo, who co-founded the cartel with his dad and evaded arrest for decades, despite the $15 million bounty.
He is facing charges for fentanyl trafficking, money laundering, firearms offenses, kidnapping, and conspiracy to commit murder.
Like a scene out of a movie, the two suspects lured into a highly coordinated sting. Federal officials say El Mayo thought he was headed to inspect one of his own Mexican airfields.
They ended up landing in Texas, and they were greeted by the FBI and agents from the Department of Homeland Security Investigations. It was an extraordinary turn to be able to get these men to basically fly into the United States and be arrested by U.S. agents.
El Mayo going before Judge Friday, pleading not guilty to a number of charges and a lengthy indictment out of West Texas. President Biden praising the arrest, saying too many of our citizens have lost their lives due to the scourge of fentanyl. Too many families have been broken and are suffering because of this destructive drug.
Fentanyl is the deadliest drug threat our country has ever faced. The Justice Department will not rest until every single cartel leader, member, and associate responsible for poisoning our communities is held accountable.
Meanwhile, sources within the Sinaloa cartel say El Chapo's other sons will likely continue to run that drug operation alongside El Mayo's son. I'm Morgan Norwood, ABC News, New York.
And Mexico's security secretary, says his government did not participate in the operation to arrest the cartel leaders.
Well, in American politics this morning, the Washington State Latino Democratic Caucus officially announced their support for Vice President Kamala Harris for president in 2024. So did former President Barack Obama. Now, this all comes just after the Washington State Democratic Party announced their delegates would support Harris at the upcoming national convention. That's scheduled to begin August 19th in Chicago. And if you were already making plans to watch Harris face off against former President Trump on the debate stage in September, think again. The Trump campaign is now saying they won't commit to any debates until the Democratic Party officially selects their nominee. That could happen within the next 2 weeks if the party goes forward with a virtual vote. Until then, Harris is considered the presumptive Democratic presidential nominee, just as President Biden was.
Coming up next here on your news at 6:30, it is a very busy weekend across the Tri-Cities, and we are hearing tonight from some of the artists whose work is on display at Art in the Park coming up.
Plus, meteorologist Tiffany Savona returns with your full First Alert forecast. We'll be right back.
Operation Best Friend on Good Morning Northwest, sponsored by Windermere Group 1.
Next Extra, Justin Timberlake faces the music for his DWI bus. Did he walk away with a slap on the wrist? And what's next? Then, Chris Hemsworth takes over Comic-Con as he steps into the world of Transformers. Next Extra.
Tonight at 7:30 on Apple Valley News Now.
As a mother and community leader, I know what it means to work hard and make tough decisions. Como miembro de nuestra comunidad, I've seen firsthand the challenges we face. We need affordable groceries, quality healthcare, and safety in our neighborhoods. I am committed to listening and working for everyone in our community. Juntos podemos crear un futuro mejor para el 14th District. I am Ana Ruiz Kennedy. Echémosle ganas. I'll be honored to earn your vote.
Warning, your air conditioner unit needs service. Would you like me to call Bruce?
Yes, call Bruce.
Thanks to today's modern technology, it's never been easier to call Bruce Heating and Air. When your AC unit needs serviced, call Bruce.
Oh my gosh.
Let's get this party started.
Just make sure you call the right Bruce.
Now through September 30th, receive rebates up to $1,850 off on a new Daikin Fit system when you finance through Bruce Heating and Air. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Take good care of you, Bruce Heating and Air.
I have worked with Senator Curtis King for the past 2 years, and I know how much he cares about the constituents in his district. He is well respected by both parties. He is results-oriented, and he works very hard for the district.
We got to elect Curtis King. He has a proven record. We're very lucky to have him as a representative in the Senate.
There is no better candidate for the job than Senator Curtis King.
I'm Senator Curtis King, and I'd appreciate your support. Thank you.
Struggling with persistent pain, board-certified physiatrist Dr. Ralph Lorenzo is now caring for patients at Prosser Memorial Health's Prosser Clinic. Dr. Lorenzo brings over 30 years' experience in physical medicine and rehabilitation, specializing in the management and treatment of acute and chronic pain conditions. Start a new path in restoring your quality of life and ask your primary care provider about making a referral to see Dr. Lorenzo. This is how we care.
I'm Jared Sessler, a Navy veteran, job creator, candidate for Congress, and I approve this message. It was a great honor to receive President Trump's endorsement, and unlike my opponent Dan Newhouse, who joined Democrats to impeach President Trump, I'll be a strong ally for the MAGA agenda. But an even greater honor would be to earn your support. I took an oath to this country when I began my military service, and I kept it. And I'm asking for your vote so I can take that oath once more and serve in Congress as the conservative we deserve.
Let Quantum Legal protect you and be your champion on the legal battleground. Whether it's a fight for justice in the face of criminal accusations, personal injury claims, or workplace accidents, Quantum Legal is your unwavering ally. An aggressive offense is your greatest defense. Quantum Legal is the sword and shield you've been seeking. Your best defense, Quantum Legal.
Let's go to space. SpaceX has gotten the go-ahead to put the Falcon 9 rocket back in service. It had a mission-ending failure during a routine trip earlier this month, but the FAA says it hasn't found any public safety issues, so SpaceX is clear to launch. They are preparing to take another batch of satellites into orbit as soon as tomorrow.
Meanwhile, there's still no end in sight for the Boeing Starliner space capsule's first crewed trip to the International Space Station. The two astronauts on board the space station were supposed to spend 8 days in space. They've now been up there more than 50 days, definitely won't be coming back this month. Once Boeing fixes the problems with the Starliner, NASA will still have to check their work before signing off on the return mission. All right, closer to home, Art in the Park hosts its 73rd annual event at Howard Amon Park in Richland this weekend. Hundreds of artists have their crafts on display. Tens of thousands of people are expected to attend.
Apple Valley News Now's Monique Ledesma and our Lucy Lobdell gives us a look into this year's event. And for one vendor, after decades, it is his last appearance at Art in the Park.
This is my first event at Art in the Park, and I'm loving it so far.
I've tried to come every year, and even if it's the same stuff, it's always something different going on.
45th year and my last.
Well, I'm an art teacher in Newport, Washington, and so I like to show my students that it is possible to make money with it, and it's something creative. It's my creative outlet, so it makes me money, but also keeps me going creatively, so I love it.
It's my thing. Arts and crafts is my thing. Just love it. And it's nice. It's very nice, and everybody's in an upbeat mood all the time.
All my monsters come with a name and a story, so it shows a little bit of the story. So Sharon is cranky, and then whoever gets the piece gets to break the wax seal, and the rest of the story is on the inside.
Photography. That's what I've been doing for 50 years. So I just, photograph God's creation and share it with people.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Tiffany Savona.
Good evening, everyone. Happy Friday. I want to show you the almanac for the Tri-Cities because we actually tied the record low for today's date. So if you were out and about early this morning and you felt a little crisp in the air, well, look at our low temperature. We got down to 47. We tied the record of 47 set back in 1999. We should be in the upper 50s for this time of year, and high temperatures should be in the middle 90s, but we only saw a forecast high of 86 degrees. So today was a cooler late July day across the region. Now we do have plenty of active wildfires burning, and that's going to be the big story going forward. So the two wildfires burning in Yakima County, you got the Black Canyon and the Retreat Rimrock fire, and we also have several fires burning into southern Umatilla County over towards southern Morrow County and just outside of Morrow County. And we are seeing the wildfire smoke continue to impact air quality here across the Columbia Basin. Notice the smoke from the fires in Yakima County are completely impacting the city of Yakima. And it looks like that smoke moving through Hanford. And it looks like the smoke could be increasing a little bit in the Tri-Cities over the next few hours. We also have a little bit of smoke in a portion of Morrow and also Umatilla counties, but it doesn't look to be as thick as it was over the past couple of days. But it is still very thick in Yakima at this hour. We're still in that code red, which means the air quality is unhealthy for everyone. So if you live in the city of Yakima, just outside the city of Yakima, even into Toppenish, I would stay indoors this evening and make sure those windows are closed as well. Air quality alerts up for the Yakima Valley, the Tri-Cities, and for the foothills of the Blues. This does not include Hermiston or Pendleton. Now, I do think we will see a little bit of haze there, but I do think we will see improving conditions compared to what we've seen the past couple of days. Here are just some safety tips as we go into the weekend. You want to stay inside if you notice your nose running, your eyes or your throat starting to burn. If your asthma gets kicked into high gear, stay inside and keep those little ones inside as well. Keep your windows and your doors closed. You want to avoid any strenuous activity. If you're a morning workout person and you like to get outside, keep that workout indoors this weekend, and you'll want to use that high efficiency particulate air filter if you can to keep those very small smoke particles out of your home. Temperatures are in the 80s, so some of that smoke and haze kept temperatures down, especially in the Yakima Valley. Look at that, 82 in Yakima, 84 in Toppenish, 85 Prosser, 86 in Tri-Cities. So the 80s, it's been nice while we've had the 80s today and yesterday, but unfortunately that nice trend will come to an end tomorrow. Winds are fairly light, anywhere between 5 and about 10 miles per hour. Now, while that's good to prevent the fires from spreading, it's also going to allow that smoke and haze to just hang in the air because the wind is not going to mix it out or disperse it. So overnight tonight into tomorrow morning, expect the smoke and haze to linger, and that'll be the case throughout the afternoon. Air quality will probably pretty poor in Yakima County once again tomorrow. Now, we'll likely just see some haze tomorrow and even on Sunday for the Tri-Cities Water Follies forecast. I wouldn't let that threat of smoke cancel your plans, but I would bring that mask just in case. And if you start developing any symptoms, certainly find somewhere to go indoors. Temperatures will be in the 60s, 70s in the morning, 80s during the afternoon, lower 90s. So it'll be a hot day. Make sure you have the sunscreen and you stay hydrated. Lower 90s, Hanford, Tri-Cities, Prosser, upper 80s, Yakima Valley and foothills of the Blues. 90s continue on Sunday, but the wind picks up, so that fire danger will be increasing. And then we could see a storm system bring us a few showers and storms late Monday into Tuesday. Yakima 88 tomorrow, 89 on Sunday, and then the wind picking up Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Pair of 89s in Walla Walla this weekend, breezy Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. A chance for a few showers and storms Tuesday in Walla Walla and Hermiston. And look at that warm up. By the end of next week, we're back in the triple digits.
Thanks, Tiffany. The biggest luxury brand conglomerate in the world says champagne sales are down, but they say it's not about the price. Their reasoning next on Apple Valley News Now.
At Mattress Depot USA, we're sort of like matchmakers.
We match your body needs and sleeping habits with the perfect mattress for you.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
Tiffany Smiley is not who she says she is.
Tiffany Smiley started a PAC claiming to raise money to support conservative candidates, but contributions were funneled to pay off her own $1 million campaign debt.
Of the almost $800,000 she raised, only $24,800 went to candidates. Instead, Tiffany used the money on luxury travel and to try to pay off her massive debt.
Tiffany Smiley deceived her donors. Don't let her deceive you.
I'm Dan Newhouse, and I approve this message.
Stan's gonna ride the Nebula Drop Tower.
Finally! I'm ready to ascend to the clouds, to go where no dino has gone before. Goodbye, Earth. Hi, Alice!
Whoa! He doesn't know it comes back down?
Apparently not. I'll let you know when I hit orbit. Drop tower, I get it.
Triple Play has fun attractions for everyone, including go-karts, mini golf, and many more, all attached to a cozy hotel.
You thought it would bust through the ceiling?
You came through a portal from another dimension. Weird stuff happens.
Well, it's almost election time.
Typical politicians trying to tell us they're conservative.
Yeah, well, that's not Congressman Newhouse. He worked with the liberals to try to remove Trump. And don't get me started on that Sessler.
He's not just a vegan.
Sessler wants a 30% tax on everything we buy.
Even my haircut.
Even my beer. He wants 30% if I want to buy new land.
So the choice is a never-Trumper or a vegan.
Tiffany Smiley.
Oh, Smiley's the one.
I really like her.
MWSA Inc. is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Phones were made to help us connect, yet somehow they've made us less connected. Which is ironic. Don't you think? We try to put our phones down, but we need to pick them up to see the menu. We can't watch something without also watching something else.
Ironic.
Ironic. But look, here's a phone company who wants you to use your phone less.
That's ironic.
Yeah, but in a good way. Let's find us again with Us Mode. U.S. Cellular, built for us.
Traffic jam.
Ugh, and I'm already late.
I learned the value of hard work right here in these fields as my immigrant parents pick crops. I graduated from Yakima Valley College and Gonzaga, worked for Congress and the state legislature. Now I'm running for state senate because we need someone who will fight for Central Washington. We're losing good paying jobs and warehouses are closing. I'm Maria Beltran, and I ask for your vote because our best days are ahead of us.
Paid for by friends Maria Beltran.
An affordable, adjustable bed from Mattress Depot USA will help you sleep better.
And help alleviate aches and pains, sleep apnea, and snoring.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
The best way to end your day.
That is good TV.
Friends, tonight at 11:05.
All right, listen to this. The world's leading luxury group says sales of champagne are down in 2024. Their reasoning, they don't believe people have enough to celebrate. Louis Vuitton Moet Hennessy, better known by its initials LVMH, says sales are down about 15% compared to last year. That puts them back almost to pre-pandemic levels. And they said maybe the current global situation concerning politics and the economy could be a factor. Now, we've been talking about inflation is sort of slowly coming back down, but realistically, the prices for a lot of things that you have to buy, like rent and groceries, just aren't dropping that much.
And that could mean more people start looking for part-time jobs to make ends meet. Job search site Indeed says part-time postings are now about a third of what they're seeing. Experts say if you are looking, be aware that some employers are now offering the same benefits for part-time work that you would get with a full-time job. Things could include things like tuition reimbursement, health care or medical coverage. And if you're looking for a specific schedule like overnight shifts, adding that to your application could help you stand out.
All right, good luck on that. We're going to have a final check on your forecast when we come right back.
When it comes to remodeling your bath, there's fact and there's fiction. Fiction. Some bath remodels just cover up water damage. Fact. Bathfitter inspects and cleans your current tub area, and we make any necessary repairs before installing our product for a watertight fit. Bathfitter installations are built to last, with a lifetime warranty to fit your expectations. Get the bath that fits you. Bathfitter. It just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
I have worked with Senator Curtis King for the past 2 years, and I know how much he cares about the constituents in his district. He is well respected by both parties. He is results-oriented, and he works very hard for the district.
We got to elect Curtis King. He has a proven record. We're very lucky to have him as a representative in the Senate.
There is no better candidate for the job than Senator Curtis King.
I'm Senator Curtis King, and I'd appreciate your support. Thank you.
Wild Horse Resort and Casino is shifting into high gear with the $160,000 Ultimate American Road Trip. Win free play gas cards or cruise your way up to $50,000 cash every Friday and Saturday. Earn entries every day and multiply them on select Mondays. Then, on July 27th, win a new Harley-Davidson motorcycle. Wild Horse Resort and Casino. More winners, more often.
At Fred's, not only do we guarantee the best prices, we prove it. Our live price card keeps things transparent, showing you real-time prices. No gimmicks, just the best prices on in-stock, get-it-today inventory. And when it comes to beating the big box stores, our prices aren't just competitive, they're unbeatable. Check out how we stack up. Whether it's this amazing new fridge or this energy-efficient dishwasher, Fred's prices are always the best. At Fred's, we sell appliances, only appliances.
You wouldn't buy a car without a test drive.
So why buy a mattress in a box from an online marketing company without ever knowing if it's right for you?
Don't go through the hassle of returning a mattress when you can get it right the first time.
Mattress Depot USA has top quality mattresses that you can actually touch and feel.
Made by local manufacturers.
You're gonna love our prices.
And same-day delivery. Try getting that online.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
I'm Jared Sessler, a Navy veteran, job creator, candidate for Congress, and I approve this message. It was a great honor to receive President Trump's endorsement, and unlike my opponent Dan Newhouse, who joined Democrats to impeach President Trump, I'll be a strong ally for the MAGA agenda. But an even greater honor would be to earn your support. I took an oath to this country when I began my military service, and I kept it. And I'm asking for your vote so I can take that oath once more and serve in Congress as the conservative we deserve.
Newscasts anytime with Apple Valley Plus on Roku, Apple Fire, and smart TVs.
Welcome back. We're going to take a final look at your forecast with Tiffany Savona.
Good evening. Yes, here we go. As we go into the weekend, we're looking at more air quality issues due to that wildfire smoke. Temperatures in the 60s in Yakima, Tri-Cities, and Walla Walla in the morning. It'll be a bit hazy, smoky, especially in the Yakima Valley. 88 tomorrow in Yakima, 92 Tri-Cities. So the 80s were nice while they lasted, right? 89 tomorrow in Walla Walla. The weather looking great for the water follies Saturday and Sunday. Sunday, the wind will pick up a little bit and it will be breezy Monday, Tuesday, upping that wildfire danger. And our next storm system could bring us a chance for a few showers and storms late Monday night into early Tuesday. And then Yakima, 88 today, 89 Sunday. Wildfire smoke causing a decrease in air quality. Be alert for that. And look at next week. We're back in the triple digits by the end of next week. Alyssa and Austin, back to you.
Thanks, Tiffany. Well, I have some difficult news to share with you all.
I know.
And there is no good way to say this. It is time for me to end my work as a journalist. Over the past few months, it has become clear for my health and for personal reasons that I can't continue. So we've been working behind the scenes really closely to make sure that this disruption is as minimal as possible. Everything is going to continue on. But to you all, I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you for welcoming me as part of this community and for sharing your stories with me. And, you know, I say it every night, but it is always so true. Thank you so much for watching.
Alyssa, we wish you only the best, and we thank you for how many years have you been here?
Several.
Several years. So now people can go find you on Facebook. You know, you'll
yes,
still have that
I will
too.
still be in the Tri-Cities.
Thank you for everything.
Thank you.
I'll let you say
Good night.